My name is Michaela McDonough. I make a lot of really fun trinkets, like these earrings and necklaces, some jewelry, like nostalgic items that take you back to childhood. I definitely get a ton of my color inspiration from video games. I love like the artistry in games because people animate like every single one of those things, and it's one thing to be able to like sculpt a perfect tree. It's another thing to sculpt a tree in your style. I never really got the chance to like fully explore that kid-like, I guess, spontaneity or fun. Like 7th, 8th grade is when like Twitter started to become really big for my age group. So I was like really a tomboy. I had a whole separate other group of friends. We would like do dumb stuff and like play in the mud and stuff like that. And then I started to get like with a new group of friends around the 8th grade, and there were like a lot more about image. And it was just like all the time, nonstop. Like you would come to school the next day and people would be like, did you see what she posted on Twitter? Or like, did you see how she looked on Instagram in that post? Like, why would she post that? And there's always like so much negativity around it, but like negativity masked as something else. And I never really realized how much that affected me.
My research team and I spent 2.5, 3 years gathering data for this project. From 2017 to 2019, we interviewed college undergraduates here at Texas State about their social media use and their experiences with social media. The students that we were interviewing, they were like 12 years old when they were getting on these sites. And so, I mean, the brain is still developing, and the social emotional skills are still kind of developing at that point. So, and it's a time when kids are experimenting with their look and their identity, and so doing all of that online from a young age, I think is absolutely affects the ways in which they're presenting themselves and engaging with these sites.
All my friends in high school were like size 2, size 0, and I was always like the fat friend. And then, you'd like walk the halls in the morning and people would like look at you differently. And like for a young girl, that's like life ruining. So, like a couple days, like I wouldn't be like going to school or like be really depressed. So I tried to promote this image of myself on social media that was like skinny. So, wear like bikini tops that like fit just the right way, and like use photo editing apps to make myself look skinnier. Like, not post pictures directly with my friends so you could like compare our sizes and stuff like that.
A lot of the young women especially told us that they cared more about how they looked online than how they looked offline. The young women that we talked to, a lot of them really struggled with this concept of the pressure to edit. And so one young woman said, it's like steroids in athletes. If one person does it, everybody has to do it. She said, because if everyone else is editing and I'm not, then all of my flaws stand out, and everyone else looks attractive and polished, and I'm the only one who doesn't. But they struggled with this. This same woman also told us that, a lot of women told us actually that, they felt pressure also to post, pictures that highlighted their body and were sexy.
And I feel like I felt myself changing, like playing into that role. Looking at people who were like 18, 21, and like how they were acting and dressing, and just trying to like imitate that as much as I could. And that followed like me into high school as well. Like my friends got fake IDs when we were like 16. And so I got one too. We would like get dressed up and look like really provocative when we were like underage girls going to like bars in downtown Dallas, places like we had no business being, and like a lot of those times didn't end up well because people our age shouldn't be in those scenarios. And we were just constantly trying to like chase the popularity, like the clout, trying to make our lives like look way better or like hotter or more like presentable than they were. I've suffered from anxiety and depression since like middle school probably, and it's something that has always kind of weighed down like my life and how I do things and like the amount of gratification I guess I get out of life. Senior year in high school, I started to kind of get out of that headspace as well. That was when I was in my like AP ceramics class. Like, I was pretty, like, just naturally talented at it. So that always gave me that boost of self-confidence. Like, if I wasn't, like, the pretty girl, at least I was the art girl, which, you know, I'm both. But, so that always helped me. And then coming to Texas State and getting to just, like, dive into my art really allowed me to work through a lot of these problems. So my thesis was about how we as women relate our bodies to our minds, and how if something, you know, is really plaguing you mentally, but you might not know it, like you see physical side effects, and vice versa, how our physical body can influence our mind with, you know, body dysmorphia and things like that. So working on those, putting them out to the world, and getting the response that I got, which was people having the same stories, it like helping them through, really, it like helped me deal with it as well. And I like to show that talking about it like makes you stronger, and you can talk about it and still be going through it. You don't have to be completely healed from everything to be able to talk about it.
You know, even while they found kind of the sort of social norms and imperatives of posting, you know, kind of burdensome and frustrating, they also enjoyed the ability to play around with their identities, you know. So they would, you know, a lot of them talked about how when they left high school, they kind of recreated themselves online. Some of them would even wipe clean their Instagram and start all over like a fresh self, you know, like nobody knew me then, and now I get to kind of play around with who I want to be.
I make items so that people can express themselves fully without like wondering what other people are going to think about it. And I feel like a lot of my customers really appreciate that, and that's why they come back, because they want something where they can just show off their personality with. And if you like let your personality shine from the inside out, it like people will be like more attracted to your personality. You know, like more people will want to be around you because they can tell that you're being your authentic self.
Feels like it's more about lifestyle now. It feels like it's more about kind of presenting a lifestyle package, and so that's been a shift as well. There's more of a value for semi or quasi candid.
I mean, as kids, we always look up to the people older than us, and we're like, oh, what are they doing? I want to do what they're doing, because everyone always wants to be a year or 2 years older than they are when they're young. And I don't know, just don't grow up too fast. Like, be ugly, send those ugly pictures to your friend, like dress however you want, do the sports you want to do the art you want to do, like play that instrument in the band, even if like all your friends think band is like dorky or something, you know. And we just need to stop comparing ourselves to others, because social media isn't the issue. It's just a platform. It's how we treat each other that is like the real issue here. And if we just all saw each other as like humans and put each other in each other's shoes, I think it would be a different world.